Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never contact you first for any private readings. I do not solicit for private readings. I do offer them. If you're interested in signing up for a private reading, please find that information in the About section of my YouTube page. So Aquarius, I am going to do your tarot reading today with the Rosebud Tarot and pull your general energy from the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Cards have been pre-shuffled. I'm going to pull 4 cards for your base spread, 4 cards clarifier. And we're going to pull for 1 card for your overall energy. And this is wonderful for an air sign. I don't think I've gotten this card. I have not gotten this card actually ever in a reading. Number 24, which reduces to a 6, which is the Lover's card in the tarot. The card is wind, and the word above it is change. So we can see here, there's just such a tremendously dynamic energy, the winds of change, right? And there's a sense here that you're being tangled up in it. There's like a strand of her hair that is kind of caught, and it's like she's about to be carried away with everything. But even though this is what's so fascinating here, there's like a face here, and it looks kind of like an Egyptian, you know, a face on a sarcophagus or something. There's so much more to dissect in this image. Like, we have train tracks here, kind of, you know, is there travel involved? There's just so many, there's so many different scenes. Sorry, I've never honestly looked at this card before, so it's kind of, it's as new to me as it is to you. But there's a sense of getting tangled up in the change, or you feel like you're being tangled up in that change. And the thing about wind and the thing about water, sometimes we're swimming against the current, sometimes we're trying to stand stable against the gust. But Spirit is really talking to me about, it's like leaning into the change, like get caught up in it, because it's going to take you somewhere beneficial. The fact that the 24 reduces to a 6, which is the Lover's card in the tarot, representing Gemini energy, air energy. The Lover's card, that talks about a relationship, but it can also talk about the idea of choice. So you may be contemplating now, do we really have free will? Do we really have choice? Or are we just caught up in the fate of everything and destiny? Which one is true? I think, you know, Spirit wants me to tell you both of them can be true, that you're here and you're meant for a certain path of learning, of growing, of influence, and in encounters with other beings. But how you take that path, like how you get onto that path, how you stay the course, that part is up to you. It's up to your decision making and choices. But the fact of the word is change. It's almost like whenever we resist change, that's kind of when we get in trouble, because change is inevitable, right? So let's pull tarot, see what what the cards have to say, what Spirit has to say. You showed up in your own reading, Aquarius. I love when that happens. I love it. I love it. Okay, wow. 4 cards down, 4 more to go. Okay. Wow, you're reading. It's interesting because you got a lot of major arcana so far. Major arcana representing the first 22 cards in the tarot deck. Wow. So if we're concerned, right, if, you know, we were asking ourselves that question, do we really have choice? Are things really up to us? Are they fated? It's a little bit of both, Spirit said, and this is what you're getting in this reading right now. Sorry, I thought I saw a card flip out inside the deck, and so I'm just checking to see if that card flipped back. I don't see it now. I think it flipped back. I just want to make sure. Okay, so Aquarius, you have 8 cards on the table. Of those 8 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are major arcana. 1 of them is an ace. What does this all mean? Well, in this period of your life, and we'll say for the total space of this reading and the message that you're meant to hear today, whatever shape this change is taking. Now I'm hearing the end of Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Anyway, you know how he sings that song, Any Way the Wind Blows, like at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody. Any way the wind blows. Spirit has their hand in something in your life very strongly right now, which is not to say it'll always be like that. I mean, Spirit's always with you. But it's almost as if they have to step in and help you out. And we're going to get to it, but it's like, have you lost your way a little bit? Do you feel that you've lost your way a little bit? Have you asked for help? Have you asked Spirit for help recently? Is this why? So let's get to it. Past, present, future, advice from Spirit. In the past position, you got the Ace of Water. This is the Ace of Cups. The cups represent Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, elements of air. Anytime we see an ace, you can see the hand, like kind of the magical hand pouring the rainbow water onto this rose. Anytime we see an ace in the tarot, it represents, number 1, new beginnings, but number 2, a gesture, a gift from Spirit, like Spirit's gifting you this Ace of Water, which represents a brand new beginning in love, in passion, something in friendship, something so positive, so beautiful. A brand new beginning just in like an endeavor that maybe it's just like you had a childhood dream, because it's clarified by the Youth card, which is the Fool card, number 0 card, the very first card in the tarot. The tarot is all about the fool's journey. And I like to describe it as us as adults, kind of with our adult responsibilities and our adult knowledge. Is it possible for us to take a leap of faith, to have a sense of wonderment about life again and start over, not from the beginning, but start over with a whole wealth of experience that you accumulated up until this point, but to then approach something brand new with a sense of childlike wonder. That's what the Fool energy is all about. You know, let's say this just popped into my head, but let's say you wanted to restore a classic car. like a Mustang or something, a classic car, and you wanted to restore it. And you don't even know the first thing about cars, restoring cars, the inner workings of cars, but you just know, since I was a little kid, I've loved that car, and I can't afford it in a brand new way or in a fully restored way. It's too expensive. I'm gonna fix one up. And so you go to like a used car dealer, or you go online or whatever, and you pay $5,000 for it. It's a lot of money. And slowly but surely, maybe years pass, and you work a little bit on that car every single day, and 5 years later, it's cherry red, and it's the car of your dreams. And you were the one that believed in yourself enough to follow through. So that's all the Fool energy is. I mean, that's a big deal. But it's reliving a passion deep in the center of who you are, and saying, I can do this. I think I can do this. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to get all the money for it, or the resources, or the support, but I know what I feel, and I know I want to. So I'm just going to trust that even if I might not have the $5,000 to put a down payment on this jalopy, because it starts out as a jalopy and turns into a classic car, right? That somehow Spirit is going to help me get it. Spirit's going to help me get that money so that I can get this car. Spirit will help me. I'm going to take a leap of faith. And we see here this, child she's got her suitcase, and she's got her little dog. Dog in tarot represents loyalty. And she's got her wings. It's like starting over, but starting with experience. And in your past energy, Spirit just totally blessed it and said, yes, I know you're starting over. I'm so proud of you. As your spirit guides are saying, yes, go for it. And I mean, maybe because I've done, yours is the last reading of this general reading series with this deck. And I will tell you straight up, Aquarius, no other sign got as many major arcana cards as you did. And now Spirit is telling me why. And it's precisely because you took what was given to you and you ran with it. You took the opportunity, you saw the opportunity, and you said, Spirit, thank you, and you just jumped off the cliff, metaphorically, energetically speaking. And you said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go after that classic car. Insert your own situation here, right? Take it as it resonates, whatever it is. You follow through. And now Spirit is blessing you with all of this major arcana energy, because the very next card that I'm going to read for you is the Star. And you got this card in the upright. This is the card of Aquarius in the major arcana of the tarot. You showed up in your own reading. When that happens, it's just, as a reader, it feels really nice. It feels affirming. It's an affirmation that I am definitely reading for you, right? Not that I really doubt, I'm sitting here reading, but like, for Aquarians, you showed up in your own reading. It's so beautiful. It's so ornate. It's so... There's music playing in a car outside. I can't make out the song. There's music playing for you. The whole vast expanse, right? The star energy is wish fulfillment and healing. And it's so beautiful. It's so elegant. There's like a kind of, what's the Art Deco? Maybe that resonates for you, that period of art, the Art Deco design period. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's what it reminds me of, and so that's what I'm saying. That period of time, kind of organic, flowing, right? Organic and flowing. Sorry, I dropped the card. So tumultuous, I dropped the card. And it's clarified by the Emperor card, Major Arcana number 4. This is some heavy-hitting energy. Heavy-hitting. It's clarified by the character of the tarot, who has the power of all 4 kings of all the suits. Everything at his disposal. The Emperor is divine masculine energy, but can also describe, you know, a woman. It's not about gender, it's about energy. Divine masculine energy. I have a lot of divine masculine energy. It's just like somebody who's like kind of forthright, goes out there, gets things, does things, moves things. And I never would have considered myself to be that person until these past few years in my life. You have to step up and be a leader among leaders. And that's what you're showing here, Aquarius. It's beautiful. You are a leader among leaders. It's amazing. It's CEO energy, entrepreneur energy. It describes Aries. So kind of Aries is the god of war, right? Ready to climb that mountain, ready to take it, ready to claim it. What's funny though is usually it's a much warmer climate where the Emperor's throne is in all the other tarot decks. But in this deck, it's a very stark mountain scene. So that's relevant somehow because you are an air sign. While Aquarians are kind of the most unique of the air signs in that they kind of march to the beat of their own drum, although you could say that Gemini marches to their beat of their own drum too, but you're kind of defying the stereotype of the Emperor. You know, nope, it's going to be all about strategy and a little bit of a cold energy because we're discerning in how we approach this mountain. I'm going to be very discerning on how I manifest, how I wish for things. Right? This is the present energy. It's amazing. Future energy. Future energy. This card has showed up for at least 5 of the readings. The 7 of Fire, and you got it in the reverse. 7 of Fire typically, 7 of Wands typically talks about a card of blocking, of defensiveness, of defending one's position, right? We're taking the mountain. This is going to be ours soon. And the idea like, okay, once we have something, once we acquire something, then we have to like protect it, defend it, or whatever. And while that's true, this energy tells me I'm going to let down my guard a little bit. You know what? And maybe let down my guard a little bit to let some change flow through. I hear this place is so stagnant. We just got to open the window and let some energy come in. We got to clear the air is what I just heard. So that's a very specific statement. When you clear the air with somebody, it means, as we are in Mercury retrograde, it means there may have been some misunderstanding. Do you need to clear the air with somebody? Do you need to clear the air with somebody? And is it somebody that you've blocked and you've blocked them on purpose? Or have they been toxic to you or just not productive in some way? They've been a distraction to you. And now you need to clear the air. Right? It's so weird. I subconsciously picked up this quartz crystal cluster that I have, and I put it right on that 7 of Fire card. Quartz is a crystal of amplification. So it's almost like I'm saying, it's like I put it on that card so that, yes, you open up the windows to let some light in, to let some air in, to allow for the truth to be revealed. When you are able to do that, then we're in a space of a high vibration. You got the mage or the magician. I think you are the first sign to get this. This is a Major Arcana card. It comes right after the Fool. 0 to 1. You're progressing, right? That's a beautiful, beautiful energy. You're evolving. And now with the Magician energy, Magician always has the power of all 4 suits, not just the kings like the Emperor, the suits. Pentacles, cups, wands, and swords. To, like you see here, it's like a third eye or evil eye or whatever's going on in this kind of halo space. The infinity, as above, so below. As above, so below. It's this idea that you can quite literally manifest anything that you can see in your mind's eye. Now, how quickly that manifestation comes, that's not up to you, unfortunately. It's a tough lesson to learn, but once you manifest, then you let it go. You let it go and you let spirit just carry it. And then bring it back to you, right? Carry it and then bring it back to you. It's in divine timing, I just heard. It's in spirit's timing, not yours. It's in spirit. Okay. See, when I read tarot, like I take a cursory glance at the cards, but like I don't get all deep in there. And sometimes like their card will be sitting on the table and I'll be like, oh my God, you know? So I'm laughing because I'm looking at the very next card I'm going to pick up. And me saying, you got to be patient. It's in divine timing. It's in spirit's timing. You don't know when it's going to be. Spirit's advice to you is the alchemy card, number 14, which in this deck represents temperance. Temperance, major arcana, is the card of patience and tempering. It's the card of patience. And this card has an awesome cat right here, which I just love to point out. The alchemy card talks about, typically there would be, you know, as you can see here, there are many kind of vessels or cups or vases or whatever on this countertop. And it's the idea that we have one filled with water, one filled with wine, right? Turning water into wine. That we take something in its base element, transmute that energy, the energy of that thing, and turn it into something that is of the highest vibration. Base metals into gold, for example. Right? Because we have all the base things, and then we have the gold cup right here. Reminds me again, this is like the third reading I brought up Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade. I guess because I love that movie so much, but it has so many beautiful metaphors for life and for being in a high vibration, having faith, a faith system, and pitting it against science and archaeology and anthropology, and pitting it against capitalism and evil, the forces of evil. I mean, there's just everything is in that movie. And there's a very famous scene towards the end, the last third of that movie, where Indy has to drink from a cup, a very special cup. So take it as it resonates. It's like I don't need to go any further with it because Spirit's like not asking me to. But it's this idea, right? What cup is going to be most helpful to you? Because you got this card in reverse. Are you going to go after the gold shiny thing, which most people might? Or are you going to go after the thing that is less shiny, but more reliable, more stable? It's clarified by the three of fire, the 3 of wands. Typically, this would also be a card of waiting. And here they're not waiting, so Spirit is kind of, you know, saying like, we know you're impatient right now. We know it. You have to do your best to trust. Trust that you're going to be held, that you will be caught by the divine. that you're moving in the right direction. Just trust, because eventually it will come to pass. Whatever it is that you're working towards, it will come to pass. I'm going to ask Spirit for one more card of clarification on that one. And this is the second time they've done this to me. They've given you the Two of Fire. You've got the Two of Fire and the Three of Fire. It's in the upright, so it's just like, stay the course. See this map in the background and the plane. And Two of Fire is typically, I could go left or I could go right. Right? I asked Spirit, you know, for clarification on what is it that you're waiting for. And I think you're waiting for clear direction. And the clear direction will come. But part of you has to do your due diligence, do your research. And the sun's coming through the blinds. It's like kind of weird effect on my face. Do your due diligence and make the best decision that you can with the information that is provided to you. The winds of change are here. The winds of change are here, and you cannot fight against it. You can try, but some things are just meant to carry you in a certain direction. So, you know, I was going to say something super cheesy, and I'm going to say it, but I'm cringing as I say it. The wind beneath your wings. I'm cringing. You can't tell, but I'm cringing. There's some beautiful energy in this reading, Aquarius. This like powerful. You are protected by the divine. Just trust. Trust, trust, trust. That's your reading, Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be notified of when I upload new readings. Thanks, Aquarius.